What's up, Go enthusiasts? We're here to watch some pro games. I have no idea who these two players are, but I wanted to watch. They are playing right now live. Tensinga. I'm gonna look them up as best I can right now. Kimiya is Fukuoka Kotaro, who's a 19-year-old Japanese player who's just outside of the top 100 right now. Yeah, he's represented on a couple of the international Japanese teams. This this black player is a promising young talent, I think, from China. Oh, I don't know how to search for her name though. It's very difficult. I don't have the characters in that language. Anyway, she's a one-dan pro from China, who I think I saw in a couple of tournaments. I think I saw her like proper profile. Okay, let's see. Fukuoka Kotaro should be heavily favored in this matchup. He is one of the best players in Japan. And black, although a rising star, is not yet a star. So let's imagine that we are white and try to play well. So first of all, we have this Joseki, which white chose to play on this side of, and then fully play on this side, which is a bit surprising since black is so thick. But it does at least break that area. Okay, now if I were white, I think I will, Tiger's Mouth here, to take care of this group, make sure that this one is fine. And then I think black will play there, and then if I were white, I'd probably just attach. I don't think it's worth it to put stones here directly. Oh, he does. This one, I haven't seen this move before. Second line move like this. I've seen it in a similar position where you're trying to kill, but never when you're just trying to handle. It doesn't seem like it should be good. What he's talking about is that after Hane Tiger's Mouth, then this one is kind of more vital than playing high. And he's also like linking up. Like this shape in theory is okay, but black should just never block here. It should have been a faster move, and when you do block, Hane Tiger makes the perfect shape. But he's not actually going to do it. It's also playable. If black throws in now, we'll kill it, and then, White is locally not literally alive, but not in a relevant manner. So this one is applying some soft pressure. Probably this move is a good move now, but maybe now black can Tenuki and make something nice happen. Oh, chooses to actually Atari. Apply some soft pressure again, but White can easily save it. Now White is very literally alive. Usually this kind of move is a lot better for White than you think it is when you're playing this kind of move as black. Like the opponent suddenly becomes a lot thicker actually off of that kind of move. And we could have just skipped it, right? Since we will never follow this up. So now, like, when White tries to counterattack this in the future, it's going to be much, much more difficult. And we gained some territory, but we could have tried to gain that territory later when we weren't going to get counterattacked over here, you know? I would say currently on this board it's White's advantage already. It's quite strange of black to have gone down and allowed White the perfect thickness here, and eventually black just answers. This part is black's good part. Is black's only good part. So White comes in and tries to handle it. So White's advantage right now is still somewhat theoretical. Trying to make it a practical territory advantage here. Attach seems strong. Hane and Atari, then Atari here or there. Both were acceptable, I think. This one, if black connected, would have been bad, so it makes sense to do it this way. Black's advantage, or white's advantage, is no longer theoretical. It's already practical. It came from a little bit of soft pressure on this, and then just waiting on the chance to come through. And then, yeah, he took this swipe through at a very opportune time after black already committed a stone here. So now black's like sacrifice plan, which black must do. There's no way to fight from this part. But black's sacrifice plan loses an extra stone and loses a lot more control of the game. So this is a very clever way for white to jump here first, wait, allow black to fix this and play softly if black wanted to, but she overcommits like this. And now black, yeah, it's forced to give white some good control of the game, especially this move is really big. Now black is trying to say that she's attacking the bottom side group and the right side at the same time. I suspect we're going to see something. Oh, we see something handling the right side. Interesting. So now white kind of needs to answer the right side again. Yeah. Some way you had to stop black from pushing cutting there and like trying to capture stones. Now the push and cut is probably covered. At this point he's looking still just at an offensive idea with that Hane. But anyway, I think we won't see any continuation here. It's got to be that we come down to this part. So block is making the most sense, the most normal move to take care of this. Oh, Atari. White was already considering Ataring here without the black Atari. So black must be very confident she has a go-thread advantage. Does she? It seems like she did, so indeed we have to answer. But still, that doesn't mean it's great for black, because black also could have used it from the outside. White will definitely give it, right? This is usually a very strong move, but in this kind of situation... Oh, wait, even comes back here. I don't know about that. I think Hane is good move here. Now, black can give that, right? Descending is so massive. They don't think so. They think it's important to fight. But why would it be important to fight for this? I don't really understand. I understand that like white's capture is huge. White is talking about if I capture and connect here, then I can play through here and come in. That's possible. So black capture, white capture. White Hane. So white ended up bullying black just a little bit here, basically, and black got quite a bit of outside benefit over there. But white's sides here were very thick, very nice, comfortable. I'm feeling some move around here. Fukuoka Kotaro takes a moment to think, doesn't want to do something rash, dumb. Yeah, this kind of move is very patient. Maybe also take a moment to check the board state, exactly how good it is for him after all. Sometimes when you give away an area like this, it runs out of your control a lot faster than you'd think. Like even though you're controlling the fighting, just controlling a territory that's big like this can sometimes win black the game anyway. But here it looks like the white top side is going to match the black left side pretty well. And other than that, black has a corner over here, and white has some assorted territories. Game seems competitive. Although I think white is probably better. White is hoping that they will get stuff like Connect and Sente and like a little bit of value out of this weak black group and the weak black groups over here. This is actually a really good move, I think. Just applying soft pressure and waiting. Black connects quite painfully. And still there's pressure down here as well. And in the future there's peep and knight's move here as well. Tough organizational challenge here for black. Okay, this is interesting. So the idea is that after Atari and connect, if black connects on the outside, we can play Atari, push through, and then break the left side. So that's really rough for black. She has to do something like that. But Atari, connect. This is nearly doomed, right? Attach first is good order. I don't know what to do as black now. It's gotta be like pull back, yeah. Allowing white to break this part. Also white can Atari if they want, but I don't know if it's necessary. Atari extend. Oh, connect here as well. Don't even have to, yeah, and then black just resigns. It's broken. Really nice fighting here. Yeah, push one time first. Confirm that, and then play this way, and then set up the double threat. Nice finish to the game. Seemed like overall it was in his control. I didn't realize how effective it is to go back and capture that. After black had sort of invested into this cut, right? Like, that cut, this cut made it more important to capture this, actually. So, it was actually a good plan, I think, to go back and capture it. And then black ended up sort of twisting herself, contorting herself defensively to answer to it, and then white gained a lot from that exchanging. And then white, since white was already leading in some of the subtle details in the beginning of the game, then especially white led a lot from this jump, and then the sort of casual jump here. It's a 10-second game, they're not going to think that hard. So she doesn't realize that this jump is going to lead to the cut suddenly being good, when it kind of wasn't before, because at this point if white blocks this area, black gets this area, it's not so valuable. Interesting game. I guess black should diagonal there. Let's see it in Katago. Opening the wrong history. Okay, let's see. So it started like this. White knows his opening quite well. It was correct to play on this side. So if white would have done this kind of choice, then when black fixes, it's difficult for white to really approach that when it's so thick. I see. So that's why it can be good to play over here. If you think you can't use the weakness there anymore, then this is a good way to keep it available, but just staying we're safe. This move is crazy. Yeah, I've never seen such a move before. Probably the same for black. Wow, here means we want this and then and then block. Oh. Wow. So that's the punish, huh? Locally speaking, we want to use this move and then block, and if white pushes up, we hane. They have a hard time cutting because we sacrifice. This way, white hanes and then makes that shape. It's already successful. It was already like good. Basically, it's like white did this one, which is kind of weird, right? But then for some reason, black attached here, which is very weird, and extended up, which is quite odd. Right? Why would you give us so much health? So that's why black must strike harshly to make it so that white doesn't get to say, hey, you were kind of weird how passive you were. Or black can play away entirely. Very interesting. I don't think I'll ever play this in my game, but it's cool to know how you're supposed to refute it. strategically speaking. Yeah, white could play here, but he also can play away. This jump, sort of forcing this. I thought this exchange is bad for black, but actually it was good for black. I thought black should play away first and then wait, because we aren't going to use it later, but my Katago disagrees. I actually don't know why my Katago would ever disagree with that. Because white isn't going to play here, so like, what's the point? Why should I exchange this and be bad? It's even saying white should like fight for more than just this one. Usually this kind of move is so satisfying. I guess white's territory, its expected territory might be lower from now. I mean, that's the point what Katago is talking about, is that the expected territory is lower. When you make a mistake, obviously, that's how it works. The expected territory is lower here in a more of a points fashion than it normally is. Although white might be able to get some pressure against this group, this kind of group here is never going to get so strong that we're going to kill this. It just doesn't happen. So since we lost the chance in endgame to play b1, we did lose some territory. And we're supposed to get it back. We're supposed to get it back with direct control. Direct attack against here, directly get value. Not even here, but directly get value in the form of forcing this black to run and give us health over here somehow. Kind of crazy. Yeah, Kotar played very gently, ran now, and then came in. Wow, this is the perfect move to peep the 2-space jump is always so annoying for black. It makes a lot of sense. Black needs to fix it pretty directly. Already there's this cut rather than this one, which black could pretty easily give up now. So this kind of variation, now black will not emphasize on cutting and that sort of thing, but just say, I got mine, you got yours. That's good. Instead, this one tries to emphasize more on the outside. Very interesting. Interesting way to force black to come in here and then get something out of that. Yeah, black unfortunately did this one and then got cut, which is bad combo. Solid connect was better. Solid connect of course controls this part better, but you'd think that it's nice to get control for here, but it actually didn't help because the Atari is Black Sente. This part was not really controlled much healthier from that. Over here, there was a mistake. This one was too aggressive by white. I honestly didn't even notice that this was happening when it happened. And here I was saying I was going to defend the bottom side. Yeah, I wanted to jump here, but he defended here. I guess they're similar. I don't know why it would be wrong though. Like, what can black actually do to punish me when I do this? I don't really get it. This was helping black since white couldn't punch it, and then, which is fixed. And then this was, okay. So black's bad idea here was just a wrong choice of how to invade, of how to handle. Totally understandable wrong choice, but wrong choice. Black had to fight harsher against this part. If you're going to fight against it with the cut stuff, you have to like really punch it. And this was not enough because white could easily give it up. And then white's idea was good here. I thought we should just use this. Usually white, forces black to not do this one because this is kind of annoying squeezing stuff. In this case, maybe it's playable for black. Interesting. White tried to control this part first. Maybe he foresaw that there could be some problem. And was like, let me just clean this act up. Yeah, it's so annoying. From black's point of view, so annoying. Black knows when she does this that it's not working. She just can't do anything else. Yeah, it's just stuck. She knows she's just behind a bit, trying to make something happen, but it's so hard here. Like, this seems like the active move, but But apparently, to make something happen, we had to wait over here. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, to be honest. How can you shake the board with these kinds of moves? Nobody human is ever going to play here and be like, yep, I'm going to come back. Yeah, I'm just making stuff happen when I don't do anything. Like, very hard. So really the game is lost from this, failure to go aggressively in here. And if it's that you have to do something difficult like that, usually something went wrong strategically to start, where you gave yourself the problem that you have to do something difficult. And in this case, it comes from this part. If Black had played here, she doesn't give herself the burden to do something difficult there. It's much more straightforward what we have to do. So it was actually like all this move that gave Black so much trouble. And also some, minor mistakes like attach here. Block here is obviously incorrect, needs to be over here. There's no reason to like try to cut these two things and attack them. You're not going to get an actual attack out of it. Or any real value. Interesting game. This is how a top 100 pro beats a new pro. It's very steady play. Just leading by a little bit, and then eventually force them to overcommit. But it's not like this is the important part. The important part was that Black, was already behind 5 points and didn't see any route to recover it around here. Nice game. Nice game. Shall we watch one more? This might be a higher level pro game. Yeah, Black is a 7-dan pro, and White is a 1-dan pro. They've played each other one time, or they've played each other 2 times, and they've each won 1 game. And they are both monstrously positive records in the last 20 games, 15 or 17 wins out of the last 20. So this should be 2 very strong players. We can check actually who at least Black is. Let's see. Black is the 25-year-old Han Sung-cho. He's rated about 3,400 in WHR right now. He was born just around when I was, but just about as old as I am. So yeah, he should be then about top 100. Yeah, Black is a slightly stronger player than Fukuoka Kotaro, who we just watched. And White should be a bit weaker, maybe, but similar level. Okay, let's see. So far in the game, I didn't really catch what was going on. I was trying to look up who they are. It seems like these Black 4 stones are dead. If Black tries to cut, White can capture the cutting stone. So White gets the whole territory on the top. In the meantime, Black captured the corner over here. And then Black is fine here, and White is fine here. And really, White has hardly any other territory. White does have some cutting sequence here. So now White can Atari and capture at least 1 stone. But Black is thinking to give up something somewhere, and chose not to give up the outside, but instead to give up the inside here. And the reason why, of course, is because Black is planning, after this one, to capture, and allow White to capture the 1 stone, and then say the whole group is weak after you capture the 1 stone. So this is the correct way to capture, that makes sense. But after that, still, it's just an L shape in the corner. So Black is saying, hey, I got to capture Panuki on both sides, you got an L shape, but the L shape is dead. So when I just run out to save my weaker side, you still have to take care of your group. That's Black's point. White is saying, I got to break the corner. So even though I have to take care of my group, I'll do that. And once I do that, you don't have any points left in this local area. So black said, I can't really attack it any further from now, so let's progress the game elsewhere. He descended to try to apply pressure to this group. White ran out this way, because if white would sort of take care of the left side very patiently, when black runs to the bottom, then it starts to build with this. So white tried to be very active about getting in to stop black from making something good happen on the bottom side. And black tried to be very active to stop white from handling the left side very well. I think it makes more sense for black, honestly, because this part is pretty strong and pretty valuable. But anyway, white continues to try to handle the bottom side, try to force black down. And of course, black is not going to accept being forced down. Instead, black will accept being forced through here, through the white group here and the white group over there. And when white has to spend further moves here, it's going to feel really bad. So white doesn't even extend back, because after that you'd have peep and connect, and then you can see white puts 5 stones in a row on the bottom side, which are all making 0 points and not making an attack. They're just totally useless. So white gives up at that moment, plays from the outside instead, does not try to restrict this black very hard, and then when he does so, black also sort of gave up and handled the left side instead, which I think is the more valuable area. Eventually white found himself having to come back here anyway. If black had gone after these, black probably should have been able to capture something, but white was just accepting that because black is so thick here. And then when black didn't accept that, white was like, well, I got nothing else to do. I should just extend and progress the fight. After that, black can easily run out. White is applying pressure. So white is now thinking this whole group, because white got so many stones, this whole group can be very weak, and this group can be weak. But it doesn't really seem like that. Yeah, I think that black has the right of it here, where if white diagonals, black plans to diagonal. And this group is very safe, actually, the black group here. And the white group is in some trouble, and that white group is in some trouble. And this black group, if it can even be surrounded, it's probably still not going to die after that. And that's kind of dubious as well, that white can even think about surrounding this group. But this is the way to try, if white is going to think about it, is that white needs to attack it from the central direction to say that this part is very strong, this part is the weaker surround. And black is just going to go back and start taking care, start making life. Let's read. That's what they're doing. Oh, that connect. I couldn't think of that. That's a great way to use this outside cut. It's making so much sense, actually. Wow, white is very aggressive. White has no choice but to be aggressive, because white ended up getting a whole bunch of power against this thing, and he's trying to use it. He wanted to use it to punch this thing, but after this move, black has Ascente, this. I think that is very likely black should be able to handle, should be able to save that group. Extend here prevented white from doing the very aggressive crosscut things. Instead, white can do some very aggressive, patient crosscut things. Interesting. This is the last moment when these 2 stones matter. We might see an attach across here now. Oh, we don't. Attach, then push here, then this group gets weak, and you don't have a punch. My bad, my bad. Maybe it should have been push here, though. Oh, push, then this one, then it's bad. Okay, there was nothing, so black eventually just connected. Okay, we have a global attack. So white really needs something to happen here. If nothing happens, black's corner here should be very big in combination with the left side. So cut. It's already given away the left side. And then the center part just needs to save. This is the main crux. If this thing saves itself, it's great. Black is going to use the resources of this white weakness on the bottom right. And white is hoping that this is going to be a global attack, so that although black can use these resources and successfully save himself, that this one will naturally die in the course of the black acquiring life process. It's possible, actually. It does look very thin, the chance for Black to save this after white got the extra thickness here. It's going to make it very, very difficult to run through anything. This part, we can only basically use this counter cut. Okay, so this is the moment, the critical moment here. First, white is playing this one to try to ensure that he's safe in the bottom part, and make this Atari as big as possible. Black manages to save his group very comfortably now. You can say these two are Mii for the second eye, but really, you know, there's a third eye around here as well. And then, white turns a few times, and then we're going to see, I think we're going to see the move, some killing attempt on this black. It seems like white is actually not that impatient though. I would be very impatient here. Looking at... Oh. Excuse me, I'd be looking at playing something like Atari from the side and really trying to go for him. But white is being patient. White even extended back, said, I'm just going to take care of myself, I'm just waiting. If white Hane's here, then black will extend like that. And then that wouldn't interact with this part, because white has this one in Sente the whole time. So white, instead of... Black did not continue, because white was like, okay, black was like, you only have this one Sente. And if you had that Sente, I wouldn't actually want to block. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. It kind of seems like maybe if white has that one Sente, we want more than just push here. Like, we probably should answer again. When I see this, it looks very, very, very dangerous for black, right? Even though it's not gonna die directly to a squeeze, you have to capture this, and that's pretty hard. So he's gonna try. Oh, time Suji here. He's thinking about whether he wants to clamp or Hane on top, I think. I think Hane on top is good, even though black is gonna be fine. Oh, he was thinking about whether he wants to squeeze first before his Hane on top. I don't think it's good. Unless you can squeeze first and then clamp. But it's just like this. I don't think it's good. What he's talking about is that now black cannot approach over here. So when black wedges, doesn't he still have to fall back though? I think it's not making sense. Even though black cannot approach, black could play from this side. Okay, we're playing it out. Oh, black connects first, forcing, like asking about this. If white answers, then black is gonna fall back. Get Atari'd, right? Get chased? Wait, is that bad? That might be bad. Interesting. That's a really interesting last moment here. So... black was always going to play from the direction here. I didn't understand what was happening as it happened live there. But actually, I think it was always under black's control. He probably had that read out a lot better than me. And now we're going to see cut, right? And then we're going to see a long ko here. Oh. Doesn't this lose a liberty first? I thought we weren't able to do it. It doesn't lose a liberty first, because after white connects, then black is going to connect here. That's why we saw white immediately resign when this move hits the board. If black can connect this through, then white has nothing. It's just dead, and then it's complete failure. And he thought he couldn't kill this. I'm not exactly sure why we can't kill that. It still looks like there could be something to me. But this part is very thin in the center, so I can totally understand. Like, black plays here, and then we think we're going to get cut and killed or something. But I don't know. I don't see exactly how. Let's take a look at this game. You can see how amazing the top pros are. These aren't even the world champion level players, they're just amazing pros. So let's see the game. I kind of missed this part and this part. But yeah, we had from here, and white was better as it stood. I don't remember if I gave a judgment here or not, but it was really bad to exchange this. I was actually pretty sure about that, because this way we can avoid exchanging that last thing. Yeah, it's so much better. I would have done this right if it was me playing, even though I didn't mention it. I would have done it right. I was just like explaining, so I didn't get to finish my whole thought process that I was thinking of in my head when I was relaying it by words. It happens actually quite a lot. So that led the game back to even after White's original thing. I was talking to you about how like black gets some attack from this at least. This is good sequence the whole way, huh? They knew what they were doing, but White wasn't really supposed to go this far down. That was fine. White could play a little further outwards, but this one was fine. It was just like hard to handle from now. White had to be patient or go from here. It feels like if you play this one, it's a lot easier to figure out your plan. You just like put moves down. I don't know. It's not that easy, but yeah, this was a great move. Nice to see not extending here because of Peep. Yeah, and understanding that this is a very bad variation and then getting out of it. It's one thing to understand this is a bad variation, it's another thing to get out of it well, like this, and be like, yeah, I offer you the chance to play on the bottom side, and if you do that, it's bad. You know, I can actually link up, but just in general, you fight against the bottom side like that, it's not so good, so I'll let you do it. And then Black also knew that that was not a good idea, and then White knew that it was fine to come back now, since he protected the Peep already. He doesn't have to worry about getting pressed. It became really global fighting, really complicated. Apparently, it's acceptable for White, actually, to go down this kind of path. It makes sense when I see this kind of attach. Yeah, this is very violent, and seemed like White had some chances here. Black had no way to exchange something good, except over here. But these ones were all bad exchanges. But over here, this was a great timing. If you get this, then now we can play some other things. I think the AI starts thinking a bit more flexibly because we have a chance to link under from this. So the actual game went like this, and then White used that move. White could have used the thing here. It ends up being a Gote like thickening sequence for White. It's pretty hard to take a Gote thickening sequence in this area where you don't really see a black punch. I don't know why that would be the blue sequence. But anyway, after that we saw cut, which was great, and then global countercut over here, which needed to have the attach rather than the cut, huh? It's about the life and death condition of White down here. So at this point, White's sequence to get Sente, to save themselves in Sente, and then to punish the left side, was really good. Even if Black got a lot of territory and thickness himself. The judgment is that this is actually excellent for White to be able to proceed. Break through this part. It was actually so big. And White still has the big territory over here. Very interesting. So Black should prevent it from saving that easily. This way, yeah, if you do one of the cuts which is not working, it's just funny because I have a short agility. So probably Black was not so precise here, thinking it's not like he forgot that this is a shortage, but thinking kind of casually with respect to White's living condition when they save it. He thought like his own thing is valuable. It kind of was, but it kind of wasn't at the same time. At the end, this move, yeah, I was kind of dubious of this one. We should actually ask this stuff first. I was talking about this, remember? But I actually suggested instead that black should play here as well. Even though this one is Sente, then it seems very nice to block. Like, to not have to worry about what happened in the game, which is really scary. This is really scary for black. And then it turns out it actually would have been bad. But used the time CG, but the squeeze first was wrong. This way, if you just capture, this is my first reading, I'm sure it's their first reading too. When black captures this, black is alive. So it's very tempting to think about better ways. Like, what if I use this one, and then if they connect, then I can connect under. But then, instead of connecting like that, they play here. But then you're like, well, then I can squeeze. I can play all the way like this, and let them capture 4 stones, but then they capture 4 stones, so they're alive. Was the squeeze worth it? Like, I mean, there's so much going on. It's very hard to tell exactly what's good or what's bad. But usually, if you commit like this, then the opponent can force you to show, hey, it's a bad, it's a bad sequence. It's a bad throw-in, something like that. And this is no exception. Where after playing here, now the throw-in is taking away white's own liberty. So white, once black captures, white has this very awkward moment where it's proven that he took his own liberty and has basically a target himself. And that's why white did something different, tried to dodge it, probably thinking black has to play here, and then we can play from the outside like this, make some ko. Black cannot easily skip the ko. If black would connect here, we can take another liberty, and black can never approach from this side because we're going to take all the outside liberties. There might be a ko shape over here, but the main ko is this one. Yeah, if after we connect here, if we can connect there, then black would die. So fortunately for black, yeah, white had missed a Tesuji from afar here, which is after this one, then yeah, black is just connected. There's no way for white to go down. It's just going to connect, and there's no way for white to go on top either. So I guess maybe probably white didn't miss it from afar, but also from a close, because this way is clearly better. If you know that we're going to die with the 4 stones, then we can at least squeeze it and keep playing the game. Very interesting game. Wow, you shouldn't go down? Seriously? It means that right now we're already threatening to connect using the squeeze. Like this, yeah. It would be super successful. So let it happen, or let them fix it, and then if they fix it, wow, we still have a squeeze and connect under. They can't really fix it until they put a stone down to do it, and then we have a huge link under. We basically are moving faster towards the left side this way. Wow, 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 wow. So white's block rather than diagonal. First mistake. Then, yeah, commit too early to the cut. Second mistake. And finally, not taking the squeeze and sacrifice. Final mistake. If it was like this, you would still have to sacrifice. But by giving up 4 stones, black lives. It feels really bad to have black literally live like that. But white would get a big benefit himself and Sente to apparently just control it like this. How bad is my kill method? I was thinking like, let's go kill him. The AI says it's awful, it will never work. Ah, you can just run this way, we can never kill him. He's right, he's right. I don't know why I wanted to kill it. Just be patient, let him defend it. It's much more value that way. Most of the time. Interesting squeeze there from white. Anyway, this game was actually close. Nice couple games. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. This one, it was about the capture condition over there. And then the fighting condition in the center was crazy. They were both playing so well. But it was about the health condition of all of these groups, the health condition, even of these 2 stones. Just understanding more details about how these things are going to save, even the things that are going to save, how they're going to save, and how much territory that implies. Just stuff like throw in, just to lose a little tiny bit, is enough to be a very, very serious effect on the rest of the game. Yeah. What I mean by throw in is that here and here, it's like we throw in now, right? Like we do that. It's so terribly, terribly bad. Even though it doesn't seem like it should be that bad. It is indeed that bad. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.